He's not inflicting self-flagellation on himself. Great podcast. Like to fuck with you guys. Don. God damn it.
Why do you keep wanting to say Dan? And why?
Because Daniel's a better name than Donald. Donald is a stupid name.
Okay, but why is Dan Don insulting me?
I like that.
Maybe I have.
I like that. I'm gonna put a note right here. This is Dan Don.
And why? Why do you gotta insult me? Maybe I do have to sneeze. Maybe I have a Maybe I have a deviated septum. Dan Don.
Stop trying to make people feel sorry for you. Nobody gives a shit that you did cocaine back in the 80s. Katie says, Diego the actor, a man that begs for attention, chooses not to show his face on the dumbest podcast in the world. Not a bad career move, though, I gotta tell you, because I wouldn't want to be seen with these guys anyway. But at least tell us what acting credits you have. But with the help of the internet, I figured it out. Diego played a farmhand in Tremors Volume 9, Jugs Be A Shakin'. He played a Zamboni driver in the Mighty Ducks 15. This is where you hide the icicles. And he played Ray Caruth in the Ray Caruth Story. It's cheaper to keep her. Nice try, Diego. I figured you out. It's cheaper to keep her. That's fucked up. Yeah. There's an old blues song called It's Cheaper to Keep Her. And in Ray Caruth's situation, it was cheaper to keep her.
Yeah.
The kid lived, though. He's got obviously mental, problems.
Sure.
Because his mother was killed while he was in the womb.
Yeah.
But he graduated high school in the whole nine, man.
Yeah.
So good on him.
Good.
There's cogent, or quote unquote, cogent regular people walking around who do not graduate high school.
Yeah.
So for this kid to do it, good for him.
Yeah. Okay. I got nothing to follow that up with.
Okay.
Except for another email, I'm assuming.
Every time I read these two words together, it always makes me feel like... You remember when Damian Wayans used to play like a dork on The Living Color? Did you used to watch The Living Color?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Oh, it was, what was that? The Brothers. The Brothers were two black guys on The Living Color, right? And they dressed like Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and they were the whitest black guys you ever met in your life, right?
Yes.
So when I see these two words together, it makes me want to say it like them, so I'm going to say it like them. Hey, guys! I want to say it gets really hard to have a real conversation with people in the world sometimes. I am thankful for you guys. I feel like you think and sometimes say out loud the shit I want to express. I love your good segments. What is a good segment? What does it sound like? Yeah.
Like that.
And sometimes I let my internal thoughts out on here. With that being said, Diego asked a question about if your wife got flowers from a guy but thought it was you. Honestly, probably why I got divorced the first time when I was younger. Probably not what you are thinking. I played it up as if it were me. She never came clean, so I kept sleeping with her first cousin. It worked out in the end. She got pregnant with some Mexican guy's baby while we were married. Love you, Tara. And I found out her cousin loved anal. All right. Anyway.
There's a lot to unpack in that.
Anyway, we're not unpacking shit. We're just going to send this down the conveyor belt, okay? Anyway, with it being Halloween, are you guys doing another creepy show? Finally, have either of you ever watched the scary movie Veronica? I think I would pay one of you $20 if you stream both of you watching it at night in the dark in a shop in that shop in Ogden. Enjoy the weekend. Now, it says THAT. T-H-A-T.
Oh.
I don't know if that's a new writer.
Wouldn't T-H-A-T just be that?
That's what it says. Enjoy the weekend, that. And it's done.
You said that. Almost like it was supposed to be Thad, but with a T.
That's because I thought it was... You know what? Look, let me tell you something. I thought it was sad when I read it. Look, hey, fuck you. Diego comes on here and messes up the emails, too.
Yeah, well, so...
Who the fuck's that?
I don't know who that is. I would lean towards Thad.
Okay.
As you...
So Thad spelled his name wrong.
Subconscious, yeah, but...
Subconscious.
Usually Thad's a bit wittier.
You ever hear that?
And it's not so convoluted. Usually I can understand where Thad is going. So maybe that's that trying to be Thad. Or maybe it's somebody else that just put that.
That should be third
maybe
person,
that is
though,
a
right?
they and a them.
Like, it puts the lotion on the skin.
Yeah, so maybe...
It does that whenever it's told.
Yeah, so maybe it's it with that. And I don't know.
Have you ever heard of the movie Veronica?
Yeah, it's a Spanish. It's kind of like The Exorcist, but it's in Spanish.
In Spanish? Yeah.
It's from Spain.
I'll watch that shit in the cemetery because I don't understand what they're saying. And I'm too lazy to read subtitles. You see, I barely read these fucking emails each week.
I've actually watched it, and I watched it all in Spanish, and it's really good. Reading it in the subtitles doesn't quite match, so it's not the same. So I would suggest don't watch it. You won't be scared anyway.
Was it scared because you know what they're saying? Was it scary?
It's good.
Like the Poughkeepsie tapes? Max says, stop. I hope you didn't read that other piece of shit email I sent. It was short, it was sad, it was sober. First off, Diego, how are you? I almost put how old are you, and then I was going another way. I need to hear that story about you shitting. Call me weird, but I need a laugh. Now, why the second email? Because I just talked to Keith, and we fucking happy, you pervs. Tell me the number of teams that have hit 2 grand slams in a game in the playoffs. I'll wait. The fucking Boston Red Sox. That's who. Go back to April, May. I've been saying all year that the World Series was a given. Well, I'm here to remind you it's back on. Love, Drunk Airport Beers, Mac. This motherfucker never stays in. Does he have a job?
I have no idea, honestly.
Is he a trust fund baby?
He's got to be.
He's like that Robert Durst motherfucker, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hey, that's how you live a trust fund life right there, though.
How many times has he ended with something similar whoa, I can't even say that word. Similar to, like, I'm in the airport, or I'm in this hotel, or I'm beachside, or
I'm somewhere you're not.
Yeah.
I'm better than you. I'm a trust fund baby. Robert Durst is doing it wrong.
Yeah.
If I'm a trust fund baby, I'm doing precisely what Mac does.
Uh-huh.
All right. But if I'm a trust fund baby, I'm taking private jets, which would probably mean why I'd had to get a job at Costco after 5 years to get my trust fund, because those fucking things are expensive. You ever flown a private jet?
No.
I have this one. No, I never flown a private jet. I was just about to tell you a lie, and I couldn't formulate it. What the NAMO is going on? Wooden Keith, first off, this was the most hilarious NAMO to date. Each time Diego comes on, you three seem to get better. He still hasn't mastered drunk emails, though. I make this shit look easy, okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm a vetted veteran from Vetter. My last name's Vetter, Eddie Vetter. The fact Diego refuses to show himself on camera reinforces my suspicion. He's either The Rock, Alfonso Ribeiro, or a B-movie actor nobody has ever heard of. Maybe one day he'll reveal the truth. Keith, I cannot infringe on your right to use the word impinge in near consecutive podcasts, but I may impinge on Beth's right to slaughter common sayings and jest. Not really, though. Great email, Beth. One for the books. Love, Jamathan. Woodrow. Wow. That's the end of the emails.
That is the end of the emails, I guess, then. Which brings us to our snaggles, which, this doesn't happen often. In fact, never has it, except for this last weekend. I was invited to tour a distillery.
Okay.
No, not bourbon, not whiskey, not rum. A hard cider distillery. It's the Mountain West Hard Cider Distillery.
So you were hard insider?
I was. See how they did?
Good move.
The Mountain West Distillery in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I got to say, it's delicious because, well, it's cider. It's all apples. And what I am drinking now, because we finished a bottle of the Elliott brand. It was Elliott apples, whatever those are. This is Lunchbox Hard Cider. It's all local apples from everybody's backyard. So they made cider out of it.
That seems how you go,
it's
though.
Unfiltered.
You know what I mean? You got a lunchbox. First time I ever got suspended, I hit somebody in the head with my Kid Power. Look up Kid Power, you fucks. Not you.
Oh.
The rest of you guys. Look up Kid Power. It was a TV show in the 70s. I don't even know what in the hell it was about, but I remember somebody pushed me, and I took my Kid Power lunchbox, and I hit him in the back of the head with it, and I got suspended.
Was it a metal lunchbox that it was like grooved, like 3D, like the characters were imprinted in it?
No, it was just painted on, but it had the little locking thing on the inside.
Yeah.
It was metal. That motherfucker was definitely metal.
Yeah, those
and
were the
had
best.
The thermos, and I hit him upside the head. But suspension back in the 70s was you just go to the principal's office for a couple of hours, and that was it.
Please don't do it anymore.
Yeah, Keith, don't hit him again. At least not in the head, the front of the head. Yeah. That's how I got down.
So I'm drinking the Lunchbox. It's hard cider. It's delicious from Mountain West. And I fed Keith some of their Elliott cider, which was just Elliott apples, I guess. They're golden style apples.
I've never heard of an Elliott apple.
I didn't either. But it tasted good.
I would like to see what a Granny Smith sour apple could do with alcohol. Because it's already sour and it's already got that tang. That'd be badass to
Yeah,
make
they
a
make
drink
a
out of
number of different ciders with apple and pear and peaches and stuff, and it's delicious. So go check them out if you get the opportunity. And
Are they coming on the show, you think?
yeah, I think so. Here in the near future, probably at the beginning of the year sometime, because we're booked out. But yeah, we're gonna get them on here.
All right, good.
Because that's what we do. They're local, and we support local.
Don't you know I'm local, Holmes?
Different kind of local.
Oh, okay.
We left the L off, but either way. And speaking of supporting local, go over to Tiger Claw Tattoo if you want a tattoo. 801-410-4245. That is in Mill Creek, Utah. Get yourself hooked up with Shay and the crew, and they'll get you whatever it is. You know what? If you want Mountain West Hard Cider logo on your body, they'll do it.
Drop our name for half off. Don't drop our name for half off.
You can drop our name and say it's half off and let them laugh at you. If you've never been laughed at in your life, go to Tiger Claw Tattoo, drop our name, and say half off.
Half off. And what they'll do is they'll mark it up 100% and then give you half off. Right?
Yeah.
We got no pull.
No, we don't. But we do love Tiger Claw Tattoo.
Yes, we do.
Shay and the crew. So go check them out. Next up, we have MVP Jersey Framing. He's still doing his thing. He would like you to believe that it's only jerseys, but get creative with your framings.
I need to bring that beard thing he brought in. So if you're fancy, you get this little wooden beard carrier, right? Little 6-pack thing. You take them out the 6-pack and you put them into this thing, which seems like more work than I want to do.
Yeah.
But the cute part about it is it's got a little bottle opener on the edge, so you can walk down there and you put a little "so what you saying" on it and be like, "So what you saying?" But then when you get drunk like me, you forget it and you leave it, and somebody takes it and like, "Oh, you forgot your beard carrier," and like, "Oh, I should just fucking left them in the cardboard one that the beard came in."
Yeah, because then you don't feel like you're out anything.
Then I don't feel like I'm out anything. But it's really sharp though.
It is.
It is.
And also, if you hit up MVPJerseyFraming.com, see if he'll put a little switch in your frame and light up your jersey.
Ooh,
just see if he'll do it.
Nice.
I bet you can.
I bet you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last up, we have H Cubed, your etching HQ over there at H Cubed.
They must be smart. That's a beautiful logo. I can't get over the logo. Seriously, it reminds me of like, you know, like it's German. You know how the Germans always all arrogant and shit. Like this knife cuts more defined than other knives.
Well,
so
look at their vehicles. Like BMW, that's German, right? Like, look at the vehicle logos.
You know my thoughts about BMW drivers. Well, I don't know why.
I'm not saying the drivers. I'm saying the logos. Look at German vehicle logos, and they're much fancier than like Dodge, Ford. Chev.
Why are you picking on America?
Because their logos are fancier.
They make some good engineered shit.
If you want something etched, like I'm holding this glass now, this was given to me by Mountain West, but they have etched on their logo. If you want something like that for your business, check out the H Cube. They're on Facebook.com/the H Cubed, and they can etch that on for you. And Keith, I'm live. I'm putting fireworks up over our faces because that is.
Someone hit me in the eye. I'm suing you.
You should. Yeah.
Wood, I want to ask you real quick.
Okay.
We're going through. We're not breaking right now?
No, I'm
pee
good.
break?
Not yet. This cider goes through me, though, but right now I'm okay.
I'm glad it's you, because right before last week, I had to pee like 3 times. Remember? I said, Diego, this is how you piss Wood off. And I go, I got to pee next.
Yeah, I get a little whiny sometimes.
Yeah, you were like, oh, just pee on my back. I was like, Wood, not in front of company. I'm not doing that. But, you know, thanks for telling our secrets. What are your thoughts on John Gruden in that whole situation?
Well, he's got some issues. So I get a couple of things here. First of all, private emails. If people see my private emails, they're going to understand that I'm kind of a freak if they don't already know this. And they might be shocked. And then all of a sudden they release it and my mother reads it. I might not have a mother that owns me at that point.
Were you going for Thanksgiving at that point, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So private emails, I think that was, I don't think that's right. Now, these were back in 2011, 2014, somewhere in there, in that range.
10, 11
right?
years ago.
Yeah. So at what point, how long are we allowed to hold that against somebody, and are they able to change?
Yes.
What's the time frame on a change?
Yes.
Like, let's say that let's say my ideals are that I'm a racist asshole. And I see the light, like, oh, I'm just being an asshole because that's what I was trained, that's what I was taught, and that's what I was told. Or I hate gay people because of whatever and how I was brought up.
Okay.
And then I see that that's not the right way. But in my, like, if you've ever seen it's American History X.
Yeah.
The show. Like,
it was a great movie.
Are you allowed to change, or are we not allowed to change in this current societal environment?
That's when I thought Edwin was going to blow up. But let me even go simpler than that. There was a time in your life, Wood, right? Mm-hmm. Where you like 13-year-old girls.
Yep.
When was that time?
When I was 13.
When you were 13.
15, yeah.
When you were 13. Uh-huh. So what I'm saying is we grow as human beings.
Yeah, we do.
You understand what I mean? So
yep.
I wish somebody would come out with some fucked up shit. And this is coming from a black dude, right?
Yeah.
You say fucking ignorant shit. I've said ignorant shit on this podcast, right?
Yep.
Right? And you do it in humor. You do it in jest. You do it whatever. And if he really feels that way, maybe he was joking. Maybe he wasn't. Who knows? But I want somebody to say, yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
On to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Like Bill Belichick. Oh, this is what we're doing now. I said that shit 14 years ago.
Yeah.
You gonna hold me accountable for that?
No. Yeah, because my guess is, considering where he's at in his life, and who he works with and the people that he surrounds himself with, my guess is he's changed. Mm-hmm. And he's probably, if he was ever like that, I'm hoping that he made amends for something like that. But it's different than Donald Sterling, who current day was saying and doing those things.
Right.
That's different.
Right.
This is 10 years ago.
Do you know what Abraham Lincoln's intent was dealing with the slaves back in the day? Mm-mm. His intent was to gather up all the black people and put them on a boat and send them back to Africa. That was his intent. So people look at him, he freed the slaves. Uh-huh. His intent was to eradicate them from the country because they were not a touchstone. They were a hot point. They were a hot point. And this is why the war was going on, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't that he thought slavery was so bad. He thought that it's just having the black people here, so he wanted to send them all away. So should he come down off
them all?
Mount Rushmore? Should he come off the penny? Should he come off the $5 bill? Some people will say yes.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, how far back do you go and how much do you make a person pay for something?
That's a great question, because you can go back many years and many different angles and different people, different lifestyle, everything, and there's always that you if you go looking for fault, you're going to find it.
I believe it was Muhammad Ali that said, if I'm the same person today that I was 5 years ago, I wasted 5 years of my life, because you're supposed to be evolving. You understand?
Yes.
Get him in counseling, get him somewhere, get him wherever. And he resigned, because he didn't want to be a distraction. But I want somebody to say, yo, fuck it. I said it. I'm coaching the season. I'll go to fucking Jenny Craig after the season. Jenny Craig's for weight. I'll go wherever wherever.
Well, what if Gruden said it, then was called on it, then went through Jenny Craig and got better,
right?
And then came back and he's changed, he's learned, he's not that person, but because of everyone shitting on him, he's like, well, I guess I better resign. But that doesn't mean he's that person now.
No, it doesn't. And I got to say something. You guys, if you're Hugh, are getting a bad rap. Because even Chris said, Chris Rock said, the most racist people out there are old black men. You know what I mean? Because they've been through some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So is everybody held accountable for shit? Or is it just y'all? Now, y'all have done some fucked up shit, and you kind of did this to yourselves.
I think it's we all. I think it's wall.
But you know what I mean? But there comes a point where, how do we weigh this out? How far back do we go? And it's that Chappelle. I watched that Chappelle special. His last one.
I have not watched it.
You talk about dealing with transgenders and all that stuff. Because you got to remember. So Gruden said stuff about the black dude. He said the black dude had lips as big as 2 tires.
Right.
And then coached the next day.
Uh-huh.
But then he said the stuff about gay people and resigned.
Yeah. Yeah. What carries more weight?
What carries more weight?
Yeah.
There's the answer right there. You know what I mean? So where are we going right now? You can't say any shit. Somebody sent, again, it was Mac sent it to me and somebody sent it to you. I think it was the Atheist. He sent it to you.
Yeah.
Where it said, if you think what Chappelle said was bad, here's some family-friendly people by the name of Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And we added George Carlin and Andrew Dice Clay.
Yep.
You want to hear some foul shit? There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, well, time and place for everything. It's comedy.
Yeah.
We say shit on this show. I say shit on here just for fucking effect and to make. I figure if I make Wood laugh because he's, a fucking statue. The guy barely has. I
don't have much of a personality.
He doesn't have much of a personality. He's stressed about his next child support payment. So I put him on this to just see if I can make him laugh.
Yeah, whatever gets me through the next week.
Whatever gets him through the next two days, right? I just say shit to make them laugh. So we're just trying to have a good time. Yeah, there's some truth in the things you say and some of the ways you feel about stuff, but we can't keep just beating the shit out of people. And this whole cancel culture is it's even got a fucking name. This whole cancel culture is just ridiculous.
It has a name.
If I don't think like you, if I don't think like you, I'm wrong. Me and you don't think the same on everything.
No.
And we're boys.
Yeah.
We're boys. You shouldn't. If I think just like you, there's a problem.
Yeah, this country, this world, society is built on differences and differences of opinions, differences of appearance, and everything else. And if we can't just coexist and move on because we're different and we agree to disagree, then that's a problem. We're trying to shove everything down. If it's not my way, it's the highway. That's not the right way.
Gosh, this fucking conversation is sobering me up. Anyway, I just got off a plane. I hope I'm earlier today. In it. I came here to talk to you, Wood, and during my time, I went to go help a relative.
Okay.
Do some things. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm doing some things helping a relative, and I walk in, and they got one bed.
Okay.
I'm not sleeping with that relative, so I gotta sleep on the couch.
Oh.
I sleep on a 3-cushion couch for the past 3-4 days. I'm a 4-cushion guy. Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say, man, that's plenty of foot room.
I'm a 4-cushion guy, man. I'm telling you, it was fucking miserable. And they got a fucking cat. Now, this relative did not used to like cats. Now, all of a sudden, they like fucking cats. That's on you.
Yeah, right? I can't. I'm allergic to those little animals.
That's the story I'm going to start telling. I fucking hate them.
Yeah.
I hate them. And guess what? They hit me.
Yeah, they do.
I slept on the fucking couch one night. I went and took a shower the next morning. I came out. The cat is sitting where I just slept.
Yep.
And it's
rub its hair everywhere.
Nah, man. It gets better than that. It's sitting there and it's weird. And I've seen cats in action before. And I was like, this cat looks like it's fucking...
You're talking about a cat.
Taking a piss.
You've seen cats in action?
On my fucking couch bed. Sure enough, that cat took a fucking piss to pay me back for invading its space. I said, okay, motherfucker. I see the piss. I raise you a neuter. I made an appointment to take that fucking cat and get his balls taken out, okay? Because
I thought you were going to say you pissed on the cat.
Oh, if I could have caught that motherfucker, I'd have done more than piss on it. So I raised that motherfucker a neuter. I made an appointment. I take that back. My sister made an appointment to get that motherfucker neutered that day. We took him and got him neutered. He came back and said, okay, I got you. My balls are gone. Good, you got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah, I'm not using them anyway.
Chocolate man, you fucking got me. I'm laying there, right? Now, I'm in a house. I walk in this fucking house, and it's court TV all the time. It's an older person. I wouldn't call... maybe elderly. I'll call him elderly.
Okay.
All they do is watch fucking court TV. That's all they fucking watch. I had to beg them to watch fucking Red Sox games, okay?
Do they play court TV that late?
Court TV, you remember Sports Center back in the day where Sports Center would come on like 5 in the morning and just loop over and over again, and you see the same fucking thing?
Yeah.
Who knew what the fucking people at Sports Center were doing because they didn't have anything to do from 5 till Body by Jake came on or Body Shaping with Kiana Thompson.
Yeah, that came out at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
You watched that for 2 hours, 5 a.m., and now you got new
Sports
ESPN.
Center.
Yep.
Right? So they just loop it around like that. But they sleep. They like to sleep with the TV on because they like the noise in the house. Because I guess they want to hear if the killer comes in the fucking house because the killer's on TV, right? But anyhow, I'm laying there, TV's on, and it's right above my head. And I'm just like, I should turn this fucking TV off. I don't. But it's subconsciously, I hear the Robert Durst shit. I hear some other fucking murder. I hear all this shit going on.
Okay.
And I'm laying there, and I got my hand on top of my head, and I'm on a 3-cushion couch when I need 4 cushions, so my feet are kind of on the floor, kind of on the table, kind of on the fucking armrest. And I feel something like brushing up against my hand, right? And I'm sleeping. I'm like, what the fuck is that brushing up against my hand? And I open my eyes.
It's the cat.
And I expect to see the fucking killer. I lift my head up and look like over there. You know how you lift your head up and look like that? Like your neck's all exposed? And the fucking cat's staring dead at me. Scared the shit out of me. I let out a howl. I woke up everybody in the fucking house, and they're like, what's wrong? I said, the cat tried to take my breath, because you know cats can put their head in your mouth and suck out your air. Yeah, that's what they do.
They steal your souls.
He tried to get me.
Your soul, not souls, because you only have one, I think.
But you look at it, right? the elderly person watching fucking court TV all day. I like UFO. I like Bigfoot. So that's me in fucking 30, 40 years sitting there watching Bigfoot episodes and and UFO episodes because I watched that shit just today before I came over here. I love UFO shit.
But I don't know that they'll play those in a loop, unfortunately. You probably get that and then, like, some other random stuff.
Yeah.
It's like late night radio. I used to listen to late night radio, and it would start out, and it was UFOs, and then they would talk UFOs for a couple of hours,
Okay.
and then it would blend into like Bigfoot, then like ghost stuff.
I'll watch it all.
And it would go and go, and then last hour they would stop and start it over. And it's the same thing because they kind of run out of content, and they have to find new content for the.
Yeah.
The guy that used to do that, he's dead now, and I wish he was around when the government came out and said that UFOs are a thing.
Yes. He knew.
He totally.
The government's probably the ones that killed him. Yo, so I'm flying to. It was Ohio I went to. Here's my nice shirt right here.
Yeah,
that I bought myself.
Good looking.
It's got that 70s Greg Brady look to it with the different color sleeves and shit. I should have a plastic number 72 on it. Remember those shirts? You remember those shirts, right? I'm flying there, and what I get is I get comfort class. Okay, I get comfort class because it's got a little bit more leg room. So you're right after first class, and I love the way airlines divvy shit up. Right?
Okay.
So you got first class, you got comfort class, you got business class, and you got just rest of the fucking animals sitting in the back. Fair enough. Whatever. I know they moved the fucking chairs around. I do. I know after 9/11, they said, give this guy a little more space. Give these people less space. Give these people even less space. Because there used to be room on a fucking airplane.
Yeah.
It's not anymore.
Of course, when I prior to 9/11, when I was riding, I was considerably smaller, so everything had a lot more space.
So I get on a fucking plane, and I'm comfort class, and I'm in a seat right after first class. I can see them getting drinks before the plane takes off.
Yeah.
I think that's the only benefit of first class. That, and you get some bullshit meal.
Like a hot towel. I think you get a hot towel.
Keep your fucking hot towel. Okay,
they do have more leg room and a wider seat.
They do have a wider seat.
Yeah.
And it's like plush.
It's like leather.
Yeah.
Pleather. Yeah.
So the guy comes in, right? And so I'm sitting by the window seat because I'm a child, right? And I want to control the window. Unlike going to Detroit where I sat in the middle and the person put the fucking window down. I leave my window up because if something goes south, I want to see how it goes down, okay?
So you want to watch yourself plummet to the earth.
I want to watch whatever's going to happen.
Okay.
Anywho, I'm sitting, okay, so I don't know. It's like I sit in 9, 10, and I sit 11 by the window, okay? And the guy across from me, he sits in, I start at 9, so 6, 7, 8 is over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so 6, 7, 8 is full. And the guy sitting in 6, which is an aisle, who looked like Jeffrey Epstein, is traveling with 2 little girls. He had a mask on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
any
it was
old
him.
white guy with white hair, kind of tall, is Jeffrey Epstein to me.
Okay.
So anyhow, he looked like Jeffrey Epstein. He gets up as soon as he sees the guy coming over there. He's like, hey, I have a first class seat. I wanted to sit with these girls that I'm trafficking across America. He didn't say that, but
yeah, but that's what he intended. That was what he was saying.
I want to sit with my air quote nieces over here. So the nieces was sitting right behind first class. He's sitting in this dude's seat. He gives him a first class seat. And the guy's like, damn. Right?
Wow.
Well, no, actually he wasn't like damn. I was like, damn. Good for you, right?
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, thank you. So we go to back out to go to fucking Ohio, right? And all of a sudden the pilot comes on. And why do all pilots sound like they're from Texas? All right? So
Because I have no idea.
all right, so we're going to be having a little bit of trouble here over yonder, and one of the engine lights is on. One of the engine lights is on, and we're going to have mechanics come on, so we're going to go back to the fucking gate. So we go back into the gate. And once they say we're going back into the gate, the guy sitting in the free first class seat goes, oh, that motherfucker. That's sitting in first class. Nobody else complain.
Now he's got first class attitude.
Let me tell you something. If I'm sitting in first class, I'm cool with it.
Yep.
And if the engine's fucked
free,
up, the engine's fucked up too. Look, fix the engine. I could still be sitting there. I could still be sitting there. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Nope.
Last thing I want to do is, like you said, plummet to the fucking earth.
Yeah. Yeah. I told you about my trip in Boston when the lady on the plane, first class, we had to wait because same thing. They had to check something. I don't know what it was. They had to make sure it was working.
Triple check it.
And so I stood in the. So you give them your thing, you beep through, and then you standing on the
jetway.
Yeah, And so you're hovered above the earth in this little plastic thing.
Tube.
Yeah. And this lady's bitching. She's complaining and crying about every damn thing. And eventually some guy and like 5 people behind me, also in the plastic hovering thing, says, "Don't you want to get there?"
Mm-hmm.
"But yeah, I want to get there. This is bullshit. We should be..." He goes, "Then let him make sure it's safe."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
"You dumb bitch, shut up.
I had the same thing.
Just let him check it. I don't care if you're first class. The hell do I care? Guess what? You bleed, you cry, and you shit all the same as me."
So this motherfucker is sitting there bitching, and everybody's just like, cool. And the guy that gave him the first class seat and said, "Excuse me." This is what he says to me. He goes, "Excuse me, don't ruin my reputation." I was like,
What?
the guy that gave him the first class seat, because now if this is Jeffrey Epstein and this is fucking Horseshack, he's telling Horseshack, "Don't ruin my fucking reputation because they're gonna think this is your fucking seat. I gave you the seat, you cocksucker." You know what I mean?
Wow.
So Jeffrey Epstein reaches up to him and goes, "Excuse me, don't ruin my reputation," which is code for shut the fuck up. I did you a favor.
Yeah.
You're eating, you're drinking. Nobody else is doing this shit.
Nope.
I know how they get down in first class, right? And the dude that was like Epstein, you know what he looked like? He looked like a teenage mutant Ninja Turtle without the mask on. He had a hunchback and just weird skin. You know what I mean? He looked like he had a shell on his back and shit right under his clothes.
He was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle
He was
version
fucking
of
disgusting,
Jeffrey
man.
Epstein.
But all he did was fucking just bitch. So I've had 2 trips to the.
Are you why can't we just as a society yell over to somebody, "Shut up"?
No,
and then
we can.
I mean, we can, but then everyone throws a fit and poor me, and then it's a problem. Just shut up.
Shut up.
And if it should be an unwritten rule that if somebody in the back of a crowd yells at you to shut up because you're being an asshole, you should shut up and you have nothing. This is so in Mexico.
All right.
You've been to like theme parks where you have to wait in line?
Yes.
And have you ever seen somebody cut in line?
No.
It happens from time,
No.
or somebody's saving a spot for a
I've seen
family
that.
member.
I've seen that.
Right? And so you've got 3 people in front of you. All of a sudden, 3 more show up, and now you're 6 back when you thought you were only 3.
Okay.
And what do we do here in the States? Someone does that, you grumble a little bit, like, I gotta wait an extra turn. That's not the case in Mexico.
Okay.
If somebody saves you a spot in line and you jump over, the entire line erupts and screams at you and yells at you and points at you
Love it.
until you get your ass out of that line. You don't save places. You wait like everybody else.
Okay. The East Coast is a combination of those two. So you'll cut the line. People will say shit, and you know what you'll say? "Hey, fuck you, paisan." Fuck it. Go screw yourself. Fuck your mother. And it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
But nobody does anything. Maybe a fight will break out, but other than that, they'll work it out in the back end. So in terms of cutting lines and stuff, we went to we tried to go to David Chappelle's house because I was gonna give him a card and a sticker and
and ask him if he wanted to swing by.
give him a CD of one of our recordings, right?
Next time you're in Utah, why don't you just swing out over to the woodshed?
So we drive out the Silver River, Silver Spring, Silver Fish, Silver something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yellow Spring. Yellow Silver Spring. I was listening to Fleetwood Mac earlier.
Okay.
It's Yellow Spring, Ohio, which is a quaint fucking town. You ever see Doc Hollywood with Michael J. Fox?
Uh-huh.
It's like that. It's just a small town.
Okay.
So Google is a dangerous animal.
Yep.
You Google his fucking house, and it shows you the house, and it shows you like where to get there. We drive down this fucking road and shit, and we get there, and this is Dave Chappelle's house, right? And what I see is two gates and a whole lot of cornfield. I don't see nothing. We did see a van go in, and we thought about trying to follow it in, but I didn't want to get stomped.
Like jump on the back of it.
I didn't like the old we used to do back in the hood in the ice cream man. So if you wanted to go from Dorchester to Mattapan, you knew the ice cream man was going to Mattapan because you go with a group of kids and you'd get on the back of that. It would take you, 2.5 hours to go, 8 blocks, but you'd do it because you're a stupid kid.
Yeah.
So we saw that go in and we're looking at shit. We're like, oh, fuck, Dave Chappelle lives down there. Nothing, but Yellow Spring. I was close. But the thing is, he grew up there in this little quaint fucking town in the 80s. I mean,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's just
and he is now what he is, growing up there
and still there.
That's awesome.
And still there. But what I learned in Yellow Springs is that there's a difference between NASCAR and Formula One European racing. So NASCAR is for rednecks, which is what I was told.
Well,
which is what's
the cars look totally different too.
Which is in Ohio, a bunch of fucking rednecks. I don't care if you go to Yellow Springs, Green Springs, Orange Springs, Plaid Springs. They're all fucking because what you get there is they're right by Kentucky. So you might get the accent, the southern accent where you're like
yeah.
Or you might get the northern talk. It's the Mason-Dixon line's got to be somewhere around there. But they told me, boy. No, they didn't call me boy. In my head they said boy because the way he looked at me. Because
I was gonna say you walked out of there without a fight.
Because they were looking at some NASCAR shit, and I was like, okay, so the Formula One, how come that's not big around here? This is me in my head. Right?
Now he wants to fight you.
He probably called me son, but in my head I heard boy. Right, boy. We don't partake in that fancy stuff around here, which told me it's just European stuff. Like, that's the money thing. You got to be rich to do the other one.
It is.
This one here you can do down home.
And well, yeah, because you like NASCAR are Chevys, Dodge, Toyota. They're those kind of cars.
Mm-hmm.
Formula One are Formula One. Like, and they're incredible, those damn things. NASCAR goes around and around a loop. Formula One has...
They go straight through cities and shit. They shut down cities.
Yeah,
right?
They also have different, like, left and right turns.
Mm-hmm.
So they do both. It's incredible, really.
I would think, like, in a straightaway, the Formula One would win because of the aerodynamics.
I think they would.
That's what I would think.
Yeah, I think they would. I don't know. I'm sure that there's some redneckery that's happened that they've raced those.
I like that. I'm going to ask you this because...
Huh?
Did I just say I'm going to ask you this Oshkosh Bagosh? Because that's what felt like came out of my mouth.
I was like, no, I'm wearing sweatpants.
I'm going to ask you this because it seems like something in your wheelhouse.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
When did it change to men going to baby showers? When I was growing up, the women went. I don't give a fuck what kind of kid they have.
And bridal showers.
What am I doing at that? That's not my thing.
You're not.
Bachelor party, I might make the wedding. Wedding after party, I'm good.
So
okay? I don't care what color semen you caught.
I would say that sometime probably post 2012 is when guys started creeping their way into baby showers.
Creeping or being forced?
No, creeping.
Why would they go? Why would you want to go to that?
I don't know.
I don't give a fuck.
To see because now, like, there's more emphasis on men being like the equal part. And I don't think that they've not been. I just think that those types of things are now there's more emphasis on them because I've seen men show up at bridal showers, which all a bridal shower is they go for the lady, they give them gifts, and it used to be like that's where they would get the sexy lingerie and the dildos and the stuff that they're going to use when you're not at home. But now they have to give them like extra towels and robes and matching slippers and bullshit like that. But I would say it's probably 2012 this way that men slowly started creeping in. And now I think there now is more of an expectation that the men show up to the baby showers. I still think that's like for the woman, let her enjoy her time and her moment without the guy lingering around. Go do your thing. Like if you want me to come and help you bring all that shit home, fine.
Sure, I'll do that. But I'm not coming to hang out with you and your broad friends.
No,
while you guys sit there and
I don't want to hang around with you and the girls and talk about like contractions and
aren't they supposed to play those weird games where they like pass the balloon and how strong are your knees, how high can the balloon go, and then they scissor each other with the balloon, and then it goes from a balloon to like a grapefruit, and then from a grapefruit to a grape, and then it goes to a raisin, and then before you know it, everybody closes off and they're fucking.
Yeah,
and you're like, I should have went to that party.
Yeah, that's probably why guys started going.
Yeah,
now that I think about it, I've been doing it wrong my whole life.
I don't get that shit, man.
I don't know either. I'm, like I said, I think it's to be more involved, but I also think that the ladies need to have their time and their moment where they could talk about shit unfiltered away from the guys.
Small dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that little thing got in there, and she's like, no, actually what I did was sucked it out of the turkey baster in the middle of the night and shot it up there.
Shit.
I just fake it. Like, let them have their moment.
You make me never want to baste a turkey with that image. I thought about this while I was flying. Right?
Okay.
So, you got famous people, not famous, rich and famous, wealthy and famous, going into space right now, right? They're paying to go into space.
Bill Shatner went up there.
Shatner went into space. Yeah. What if the aliens coming here are billionaires from other fucking planets?
I bet they are. Why wouldn't they be? Shit? Why would it be so much different than what we're doing here?
I mean, you fucking caught one and he's like, don't hurt my manicure. Don't mess up my hair. My butler will pay you to let me go home,
Yeah. Yeah. What if it's not really any different and they're doing that, but they've just progressed a little further than us so they can go out further than we can? Eventually, we're going to get there, so 500 years from now, we're traveling across a galaxy and we're doing that same thing, and we land and, you saw me. Now I got to take you. I have to abduct you because you saw me and I don't want your people to know that you saw me. Uh-huh. And now we abduct them and for some reason we probe them in the ass. Just like, why don't they probe them in the mouth hole? It has to be the asshole. Like, I don't think aliens are that stupid. If they made it all the way here, they're not going to pick that orifice.
You're killing me. You're killing me. What we should all start doing is doing like my plan. If I went to prison, just not wipe your ass, and that's the way you don't get abducted. Just never wipe your. If I went to prison, that was always my plan.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm just not going to wipe my ass.
I'm going to peel this open like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
You want some of this? Joke's on you, Jack. Joke's on you. Now you got to play through this.
I'm sure there's people desperate enough.
Fucking dicks get scratched up like that cat was trying to do me when I was sleeping.
When did you have peanuts? We haven't even had peanuts in jail.
Yeah, like I said, fucking court TV, man. How did that girl get the dude in the suitcase to kill him? Do you know that story? She put her boyfriend in the suitcase. I know them all now. I'm looking at my notes and I put them out of fucking order. She put her boyfriend in the suitcase and left him in there because she told him that's how it feels when you beat me. I feel like I don't have control. If you're getting beat by a man, how do you then get that man in the fucking suitcase?
That's a great question.
And he stayed in there till he died, which I would think would be a week at least because that's when you run out of water.
Oh, I the last time I was forced into a suitcase, I wasn't in that long. I don't know if it would I don't know if it'd be a week.
I don't know what you're into, but that's fucking awesome.
I don't know, man. I know that there's abuse that happens, and
right, of course,
those guys should be forced into suitcases. Mm-hmm. But how she convinces him to get in a suitcase to like show her abuse seems a little strange to me.
Yeah.
Seems like a little bit much.
Maybe she was just going to zip up everything but his head and then rub her wigget on his face. And he was like into that. Oh, I just get straight wigget action. I don't have to do anything but stick my tongue out. Disgusting. But anyhow, I don't know how the fuck she got him in there. So the old people TV, some of the commercials you see the blue pill, right, which is Viagra.
Yeah.
And they emphasize the fact that it was delivered in a discreet package.
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm on fucking blue pill and I'm old like that, I want everybody to know I'm still laying the fucking wood. I want it to come in a fucking car with neon lights and
you know what
what was that Mexican horn? No, that's Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
But I want noise.
You could even deliver it in a package shaped like a Viagra pill because it's kind of like a not quite a diamond because it has rounded corners on the one end. It's like a what do they call it, a trapezoid? But it's blue and it's shaped like that.
I think it's a pentagon. I think it's got 5.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it has
Septagon.
6. Yeah.
Perfect. Septagon, sexagon. There
you go.
Sex ain't gone because I got the pill.
Send it to me in a sexagon case and have it blue. It can say Viagra imprinted on the side.
Hook it up.
Because you know what? If I'm that old and I need it, and I need it to carry on, maybe I want other ladies to know.
But here's the thing, too. Edna, your man ain't giving it to you because you ain't got the blue pill coming your way. So bring your little old gray pubes over my way. And after I'm done with Beatrice, I'll see what I can do for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't be ashamed of that shit.
No.
They got that.
Own
it. So what they got on Court TV is shit to separate old people from their fucking money. They got Joe Namath on there and Jimmy Walker talking about reverse mortgages and shit and health shit and all that stuff. And the sad part about it is
scamming the
Jimmy
shit out of
Walker
everybody.
introduces himself as Jimmy J.J. Walker, and he says dynamite like 3 fucking times. I'm just like, dude, you ought to be a fucking shame of yourself.
Let it go.
Man. Right? And wait, let me ask you this.
Joe Namath is on there?
Joe Namath. With just bony Skeletor fingers, man.
Is he talking about rehab or what's he on there for?
Oh, he had an alcoholic problem, didn't he?
Yeah. Do you remember the interview he did live?
I just want to kiss you. Joe.
And now Terry Brady's getting flack for saying that.
That'd be Terry Bradshaw.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Terry Bradshaw.
Gotcha.
I don't know where I came up with the other, but whatever. Terry Bradshaw. He's getting flack for telling her she looks nice.
You can't do that anymore. You can't give a compliment and make a woman feel uncomfortable. You look good, girl.
Yeah, she did.
If I told you you look like shit, I can't win for that either.
No.
If I tell you you look like a fucking pack mule,
Why don't you put on
now
some-
you'd be coming down on me. Why are you shaming her because she looks
should
like
have
a pack?
should have worn a burlap sack there, woman.
You can't win now. All that's
She
happening.
did look good.
Meanwhile, you got Hooters employees complaining that the new uniform shorts are too skimpy.
Yeah, well, they're not a thong. They're like the in between. They're in between the boy shorts and the thong. So they like show half your ass.
Okay.
So you're showing half your titties, and now you're upset that you have to show half your ass. Like, I'm not going there for the food. The burger's not that good.
And on top of that, you don't
Fries are
have to
okay.
work there.
No,
You don't have to work there.
No, you don't. It's optional.
Last
time I checked, you filled out the application.
And it could be worse. You could be at the bar Urban Meyer's at, and he could be filling up on you. Which, good on him, I guess. I don't know. He's
Also, another who gives a shit?
okay.
Like if it was you or I there, the cameras don't care about me or you over there. You know, we're fully syndicated. I don't know if that's what that even means. So what you're saying, podcast show?
Yeah.
And if we're caught there at the bar with a lady, dancing up, grinding on us, is anyone going to care? Probably not.
No. Well,
Because it's Urban Meyer, we care. I don't care. I don't care what he does. Coach your team and make him do as well. He's not going to do as well he did in college in the NFL, but try and get him there. But outside of that, I don't care. She's not underage.
no. And
So who cares?
And she's down to fuck.
Yeah, she's DTF, as the kids say.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
DTF?
yeah.
Down to fuck. Hey, do you eat in the bathroom?
No. I'll
Okay,
take like a drink in maybe
Okay.
and walk out. But
I'll
I don't eat.
I take a beer in the bathroom, but you wouldn't like eat a sandwich in the bathroom.
No.
Okay. But
Uh-uh.
here's the weird thing about it. Okay, you'll chew gum in the bathroom.
No, I don't chew gum.
You brush your teeth.
Yeah, but I
Step out the bathroom. Don't give me that bullshit.
fire blast my toothbrush before I use it.
What is fire blast?
Well, I don't actually light it on fire, but I scald it first.
In hot water?
Uh-huh.
Do you have a cover on your toothbrush? Because I have a cover on mine.
No.
All right, so that's why you fire blast it?
Yeah,
You should
yeah,
take
use
aluminum foil and put it
scalding.
over top of it. Because they say when
Yeah.
you're supposed to put the lid down when you flush the toilet because fecal matter comes up.
Yeah.
Well, my point being, I chew gum in the bathroom. I was taking a shit the other day, just chewing gum like fucking Fonzie, sitting there, and I'm like, what? It dawned on me. Like, I wouldn't bring a hot dog in here and just eat that motherfucker, but here I am chewing gum,
Yeah.
getting all the toxins from my bowels.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. They did a dirty test. I saw this on, I can't remember, it was a number of years ago, probably 10 years ago. One of the dirtiest items in your house that's covered with that, the remote control.
Remote control is filthy.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
So that bad boy in my house gets cleaned for that reason.
Often.
Yeah, because I don't know, and I make sure that not you, I would assume that you, being an adult, would clean your hands after the restroom, but the other people that frequent this house, I have to make sure that they wash their hands. And if there's reasons that I extra clean remote controls, handles, things like that, because I just don't know.
What was that show on HBO? Real Sex.
Yeah.
Where they talk to hookers and fucking sex and just people that like to fuck.
Yeah.
There was this one hooker, I'll never forget it. She used to do her thing in this hotel, and she said there was this one guy that would like to take the remote control and shove it up his own ass as he was getting with her. So for that reason there, I never turned the TV on in the fucking hotel room.
I'm trying to think of the last time I turned the TV on in a hotel room.
Yeah.
It's been a
long time.
I don't need to.
I'm here for a reason.
I close my eyes, go to sleep, wake up, and I'm gone. I'm in that thing for 5 hours, maybe. Like, people are nasty.
They're out there.
Oh, I know more than we know.
They're out there. With that, is that what you're saying?
That is what I am saying, guys. Hopefully, you stuck around through this. You didn't throw your remote control across the room. You know what? I should have said this at the beginning, because I know once we say, is that what you're saying, a lot of people drop off. But if you're still sticking around, I want to tell you this. We use, and I say we generally, people use Alexa. Please don't say anything, my machine's in this house. People use Alexa.
Okay.
The interesting thing is, So What You Saying podcast is on Alexa.
No shit.
All you have to do is talk to your Alexa and say, hey, play So What You Saying. You know what you could even do?
Shit, we're like Jay Leno now.
You could even say, So What You Saying? Play So What You Saying, Season 5, Episode 4. And you know what she'll do? She'll find that for you and play it. If you want it to find Mask Off whomever that you liked, Mask Off John, she'll play that for you. So, guys, if you're wondering, how can you better listen to us, talk to Alexa. She'll walk you into the light, and she'll make it all better for you. So while you're there and you have time and you're browsing around listening to us and our beautiful voices on your Alexa machine, check out our sponsors, Tiger Claw Tattoo, The H Cubed, and MVPJerseyFraming.com. Check them out. Support local. That's what we do. We've got, nope, we don't have a mask off next week. Next week? 2 weeks.
We're supposed to have one tonight.
Yeah, we were.
Somebody whose name begins with a K. Screwed that up a little bit. I'm working on it. Get off my fucking back.
Okay. So, those are coming. We also, Halloween's on the horizon, so we're going to try and have something special for you, as we always do every Halloween. But other than that, I'll just shut up now. And with that, Keith, I got to tell you, my man, it was a pleasure.
I'm a 4 cushion guy, just so you know that. We out.